Hey everyone, it's Tuesday the 24th of June and it is 11:30 in the evening. Today's video is just going to be a vlog. There's a number of things I want to just have a chat about. But we will go and take a look at a bike I've been working on. It's currently in the operating room, aka the bedroom. But things I want to talk about in this video is the kitchen, because that's all going to change. Events coming up this weekend, some chatter about mopeds. Pardon me. I do apologise. And pretty much whatever else I can think of as the video progresses. I know there was a couple of things I've forgotten. So the first thing we're going to start with, which I didn't mention and I've just remembered, is YouTube Shorts. Some of you may have noticed I put a few up over the weekend. It was Saturday, I believe. It was Saturday or Sunday. One of those days. I actually quite enjoyed doing those. And that's coming from someone that has never really given, you know, Facebook Reels or YouTube Shorts or TikTok much thought. In fact, when that short video fad was kicked off by Vines and whatnot, I just thought it was crap, basically. I wasn't interested. And TikTok came along and then Facebook Reels was released and then YouTube Shorts, and now I actually find myself just doom scrolling, as they call it, through Facebook Reels or YouTube Shorts. That seems to be all the fad now, you know, just creating a short video and uploading it. Now I'm not going to make it a huge regular thing. Yeah, every time I think of something now, I will just pick the phone up and do a quick little short and upload. Probably like every other day or so, I'll probably do one. Because there is a random question that I want to ask the YouTube world. I'm not going to ask it here because I'll spoil it. Just a random little silly question, but I am actually very curious about it. So yeah, I might even do that one tomorrow if I feel up to it. But I have noticed that it has brought in a few more subscribers, so welcome to the channel, all you new subscribers. Very much appreciated. In case anyone is wondering as well, my dream would be to hit 1,000 subs. I'd be happy as a pig in the proverbial poop. Right, kitchen, that's the next one. So, a few months ago, I think it was back in February actually, I got contacted by a contractor for Flagship Housing, who owns the block of flats. Formerly Victory Housing. They just sort of did a big merger. They sort of did a half merger for a few years and then went and did a full merger. I don't know how it works, but it's now Victory Homes and they manage these properties on behalf of Flagship. But everything still goes through Flagship, so I don't see the point of that, but hey ho. Yeah, they're a contractor of theirs had contacted me via email. Because apparently I'm due for another kitchen. I say another one because when I moved in 16 years ago, nearly, this kitchen was new. You know, flat became empty, they'd been in, you know, obviously there was Victory Housing back then. It was obviously all emptied out, cleaned up, a new kitchen was fitted. They hadn't got to do it in the bathroom at that point. Although I'm pretty certain they didn't do the floor tiles, because there was a crack in one of them when I moved in. It was only a little crack. It's now a big crack going across 1, 2, 3 tiles. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, anywho, yeah, I just had to follow a link in the email and book the appointment online. I didn't have to ring anyone or anything like that. It was easy peasy. fill in a few details, etc. And to be brutally honest, until last Tuesday, I totally forgot. Pardon me. That's for that. I've been drinking bloody Pepsi cream soda. I drink it too quickly, that's why. Yeah, so last Wednesday, their guy was here who was, you know, taking whatever measurements he needed, and just discussing things with me, you know. He basically said they're going to keep the layout pretty much as it is. I suppose it's cheaper in the long run, isn't it? Because it's literally, you just come in, you take out a cabinet and the worktop and you replace it with identical. Easy peasy. I'm guessing that's what he was measuring up and measuring up the base units, and I guess so they know what sizes to put in. Yeah, once he'd actually been here, he went off, he drew up the plans and sent me the plans the next day. He emailed them to me. I thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 days before I'd get there, not bloody 24 hours later. You know, he also got me to choose colours, you know, like the colour of the floor that I wanted, colour of the cupboard doors, style of door handle, and the worktop surface. But you've got a choice of 4 for all of those, except the floor. I don't know why. You only got a choice of 3 floors. Well, it bothered me. I was just curious. So I'm just wondering why 3, not 4. Well, 4 of everything else. 4 different handles, 4 different door colours, 4 different worktop colours. Mr. Wussycat here, hiding in the lounge. I don't know why he's so timid around people. No, he isn't. She was in here investigating and whatnot. And my little man here, you know, he's timid around other people. You're just a timid boy, aren't you? So I have no idea when they're gonna want to come here and, you know, refit all the kitchen and whatnot. I'm assuming I didn't get a choice of tiles because they probably just got a standard cheap tile that they use, much like what they've got up here, so which is perfectly fine. I just wanted to do a job, that's all. Didn't mind about anything else. Oh, and he did ask if there was anything that I wanted to change in here, you know, so anything a little bit different. And I had just one request, and that was just to create a bit more room for a fridge freezer in here, because mine's in the hallway. And I think I've had a total of 3 fridge freezers in all the years that I've lived here. I've tried all 3 in the kitchen, right here, where my bins are. And yes, they will go in that gap quite nicely, but the issue is it blocks most of the kitchen doorway and I have to go through it sideways, which just got right on my wick after a while. I tried all 3 of the fridge freezers I've tried in that gap. Same result. So what he's going to do, and I've seen it on the plans as well, this base unit here, that Smudgy is sitting on, there is a little cubby under here as well. I've got some computers stored under there and a few other bits. Yeah, basically this cabinet, well, not this exact one, but the new one is going to go here, it's going to go right up here instead. About the same size as this one, which I think is 1,000, in here, which will give space to put it here. And I'm waving off camera because I'm a dipstick and didn't move it. There we go. So it'll basically just go exactly where Smudgy is laying. It does mean I've got to sacrifice that space under the countertop there, but I'd actually rather do that and have that fridge freezer in here than leave it as it is. I might have to get a bit more ruthless and get rid of some stuff. Isn't that right, Smudgy? Not that it bothers you, does it? One of them evenings when I'm starting to feel a little bit nauseous randomly. Sometimes I'll do that. You know, sometimes that'll just happen and it'll pass. My body is just weird in multiple ways. The brain's weird. And to be honest, I think my brain is weird in many ways, not just because I'm autistic. Because I do believe I've got ADHD, and I do believe there might even be bipolar hidden in there as well. Which is apparently something that can be found in autistics as well. Especially ADHD, that can apparently go together quite well. Obviously there are people with ADHD and who are not autistic and vice versa, but apparently the two can come together. As I've followed several ADHDers on like Facebook Reels and learnt quite a lot. That's why I followed them, because I wanted to learn about it. And I'm pretty certain my mum is as well, as she's certain she is. I don't know if she ever wants to get a form of diagnosis done or anything. She is 66, so would it be really beneficial or worth it at that point? To be honest, if I was her age, I probably just wouldn't bother. Anyway, we were both sitting in her kitchen last Saturday on the bar stool, chairs, things. Let me sit up. And she's got a American style washing machine, top loader tub thing, and that was running away in the background. I think the noise it was making, it sounded like, it was sort of oscillating back and forth. But it was doing it with rhythm. Now, without me and my mum actually saying a word to each other, we started rocking out to the bloody rhythm of the washing machine. And we were sort of doing this. Both of us. Didn't say anything to each other, we just both started doing it. Which apparently is something an ADHDer would do. I've actually been in two minds whether to get the diagnosis myself. But if I did, it would just be to settle my own curiosity, I guess. Same with the bipolar, because that's been brought up and that's been on my mind ever since. Because I've looked it up as well, and I've seen quite a lot of telltale signs as well that I hadn't thought of until a friend of mine mentioned it to me, because he'd just seen the way I post and whatnot on Facebook. Well, actually on Facebook now, you give it up. It's on WhatsApp instead. I've only got 2 friends on WhatsApp. Anywho, I don't have anyone else's numbers. Otherwise I'd have added them as well. I don't think my stepdad uses WhatsApp. I don't think my dad would even know what WhatsApp was. So yeah, I don't think Mum would actually know how to use it either. My sister might though. Oh, and my brothers. I might have to drop them a message at some point and see if I can add them. I'd rather keep it to friends and family. I don't want random people messaging me if I can help it. So WhatsApp that you can do that on? I'm not thinking of another app, I can't remember. Right, Smudgy Boy, is there anything else I can think of before we go take a look at that push bike? I can't remember. I think I'll pause the camera and move the charger as well. Or I might do it freehand, I don't know. Oh, this weekend, that was it. I nearly forgot about that. So this weekend is the Walsham Wheels motorcycle show. As part of the North Walsham Fun Day event. We've already got the fun fair arrived. They started arriving yesterday. They've been setting up. The big old marquee tent has been set up. And we will also be joined by the Pirate Car Club. I don't know if they're actually from Great Yarmouth, but they're from out that way somewhere. At I believe are mostly for American cars, so we should have some American cars up there as well, I hope. I need to make sure my camera's all charged and whatnot, and the phone is charged. Because I want to take lots of video and photo. And hopefully, I'll be riding in the parade at the end of the day. I say hopefully because one of the roads on the main route for the parade is currently closed because of a burst water main, which has actually been burst for the last sort of 2 months, but they haven't been able to fix it because they haven't been able to close the road due to other roadworks in town. And that road that had the water on was part of the main diversion route for a lot of traffic, so they couldn't really, or they didn't really want to close it. To be honest, I don't think it would have made much bloody difference. Just for a couple of days. But anyway. So yeah, their estimated time for completion is the 30th of June, but the parade day is the 28th. So I just hope that they can get someone there to fill it in. Pardon me. You know, before the 28th. There's going to be a car boot that day as well. I want to just have a look around that before I take the bike over there and whatnot. Cutting the chin off. I'm too close to the camera, that's why. I need to back up a bit. There's other events throughout the day as well as music, fun fair. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good day, and hopefully the weather's going to hold. It's meant to be nice, so I've heard. It's meant to be nice on Saturday. Right. If you bear with me just one moment, I'm just going to pause the camera. Scratch my ear. And I'll be right back. Right. Let's go for a little walk to the bedroom. So, I did a little short on this bike. Well, ow! That's twice I've just stood on that bolt because I'm too lazy to pick the bloody thing up. Right, as I was saying before the bolt interrupted me, I did a little short at the weekend on this. I can't get this in shot anymore. I might just park my backside on the bed. And yes, I know I've got 2 fans because it was hot. So I did a little short introducing this. It's a Rally Maverick. I'm not sure of its age, but it's got to be 80s at least. And this was a rescue from the Maton Wood recycling centre, which is now closed. They closed that about a year ago. I don't get it because Norfolk County Council built a whole new, purpose-built recycling centre on the edge of Norwich, right by the airport. And then wanted to save some money, so they closed another recycle centre down. That just doesn't make sense to me. But anywho, it happened, it's done, about a year ago. But I rescued this one just beforehand, and I'm going to have to go and get the charger because my battery is flashing. I've got the low battery flash. I don't know why, it's been plugged in. These are just some cheap batteries that I got off Amazon, so I don't think they're good, and I don't think they're rated for anything near what it says. That's what you get for buying cheap. You get crap. Anyway, there we go. Not going to be long enough, are we? Yeah, unplug it from there. In case you hadn't noticed, for all the ones that have just subscribed, I'm not a cameraman at all. There we go. I don't think I'll be able to sit on the bed now. So yeah, as I was saying, I rescued that from the recycle centre. It was in quite rough shape. You know, that sort of green stuff that can get on things where it's been sitting under a tree. It was covered in that, cobwebs, leaves. In fact, most people would have looked at it and just said, that's scrap. You know, there's just nothing salvageable on it, it's scrap. That's what it looked like. But I'm giving it... Well, I got it rideable when this was over at Mum's. It's been sitting over there for a few years. 2 years? I decided to bring it back here because I wanted to get some use out of it. I wanted to ride it because I really do like the bike. So I've changed the front tyre. I've cleaned it up a bit more. I've actually replaced all of this. This is all for... not perfect, but they are cleaner. In fact, if I take my rotary tool over that with a wire brush in, I can clean that up a lot better. Those are the original gear levers. Original brake levers. I'm not sure about the handlebar grips. From photos I've seen online, these look like the original mud guards. That's not the original baggage rack that came with it, but it is an absolute identical one that was on there, and I swapped them because that's the better one. There's quite a lot of rust on that front derailleur mech. I've taken the rotary tool to that and cleaned most of it off. That came out quite nicely. It has cleaned up pretty nicely, I have to say. Even the wheels are pretty clean on this. I'd even changed those, and they're alloy wheels. The only other thing I've changed are the brake blocks. So these were the originals that were in it. Nothing wrong with them, but they just looked all rusty and... oh, so I'll just put some new ones in. Just got to just fiddle around with those and get them set up a bit better, but yeah, other than that, it's good to go. I'll put some oil on the chain because I had sat out in Mum's garden for a little while. I wanted to change these cables as well. Now, I hadn't rusted through that. It's literally just a surface colouring, if you like. But on a lot of these cantilever brakes, you have a pinch bolt on there for the cable on one side, and then a hook on the other side, so you can just quick release them. Not on this one. You got this little hook bit here. It's exactly the same on the other side, so you do need a specific cable for these, which might be a problem in the future. I don't know how I would get around that. Ooh, actually, I might have a way around that now that I think about it. If I can find the part that I want. That's what it would depend on. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to riding that. The dynamo lights are what I put on there. Might change them for a different style, I don't know yet. Might change that light bulb and that rear one as well. It's a bit shite. I find with these 6-volt dynamo light bulbs, they're a bit hit and miss. Some of them actually work nice and bright, and some of them are a bit dim and crap. Yeah, I don't think that seat is original from the 80s either. Love these big old handlebars. It's sort of like a BMX style, old school BMX style stem there. I even took the Dremel, the rotary tool to these bolts as well and cleaned all of those up. They cleaned up a lot better than I thought they would. So, you know, all them little bits, they count, you know, and it's all making it look better and better. I'm not going to go for perfection. Or if I want to go for perfection, I would actually have to replace quite a few bits, I think. And even dig out some paint to change on there, to patch that in. And there. Yeah, Rally Maverick. Now there is actually, well, I've found one Facebook group for Rally Maverick owners. That's how I know what's pretty much original on this and what isn't. And some people, you know, they've come across a Rally Maverick like this and it was in a worse state than mine, so they've just basically salvaged the frame and replaced everything else. Done a custom build, if you like. There's some various custom builds on the group. But I actually thought as mine is mostly original, that I would just try and keep it that way. It's actually a nice bike to ride as well. Look forward to getting out there. May have to actually concede defeat and change that chain though. I'm going to check the condition of the teeth on all the gears as well while I'm at it. But yeah, I think that sums up this vlog now, guys. I don't know anything else I want to talk about. The lighting is not good in this room. Could do with another light up here, really. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, everyone. As always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Any comments, etc., please put them down in the comment section below. All links to my other stuff should be in the description as well, down below the video. There's one more thing. What was it? Oh yeah, if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. It is free to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.